flavour, but it's good.
Good afternoon and welcome to another episode of Amputee Fishing Adventures. You catch me here today on Manor Farm Fisheries up at Linear with my little buddy. Not my usual complex to fish, and boy is it hard work so far. We've been on the lake for 2 hours and we have only just found some spots, and they're not exactly clear spots, they are silty spots. This place
It's full of weed.
It's full of weed, like he said. Sorry, I've just seen a fish clear the water by a good 2 feet. I knew this lake was hard, like full of weed, but this is taking it to a new level. But yeah, I'll take you on this journey. I'll talk you through what we're doing, and we'll see if we can catch some fish. Bye. Mimic bugs.
Right.
Just do.
Does it scare bugs?
Scare them, it mimics them.
What does mimic mean?
Mimic?
Yeah.
Copies.
Huh.
Tends to be. Fish think it's a bug. Well, that's all 3 rods out. Like I said, it's taken me longer to find spots today than it has to actually drive here, and it's a 97-mile drive from my house to this complex. It's hot, so it's not been very pleasant finding the spots. And what makes it worse is I found a perfect gravel spot 7.5 wraps to my right. It's in my water. But the guy in the swim next to me, typical Linear, he's on that spot. It's not in his water. I've crossed his lines twice trying to find spots that on the map are in my water. And I've spoken to the bailiff that's come round, and I'm not one to moan, but apparently this guy's filming for a big company. They've got half that bank booked off themselves. They've got camera crews and stuff like that, and apparently everyone else is working around them, which I didn't know when I booked on. I didn't realise that sort of thing really happened here, but hey ho, we will make do of it. So I've actually got a maggot feeder on his spot, on the edge of his spot, which I'm working every kind of 20 minutes, putting it back out again. My middle rod, I'm just absolutely hoofing it to showing fish on a zig. I've got a 6-foot zig in 8 foot of water, roughly 7 to 8 foot of water. Red Sigaliner, black foam soaked in the Parker Baits flat spot, and then I've dusted it in magic dust. And then my left hand rod is fished at 9.5 wraps into the weed. It's a little bit of a silty spot. I can't find anything out there. The guy that was in the swim before me, he had nothing, and he was fishing out to like 22 wraps and couldn't find a clear spot. So I've gone 9.5 wraps to. It's a weedy area, but there's an equal amount of silt and weed. I've put about 6 dot spods onto it, and I'm fishing a stiff hinge rig on a heli system straight into that. At the end of the day, it's hot. I'm guessing the carp are going to be in the weed getting oxygen. You know, I'm seeing signs of fish, but I'm actually seeing proper shows in the middle of the bowl, but I can't cast that far. So yeah, we will keep you informed, and I'll touch base with you when my alarms go off. Hi guys, so it's a little bit quiet at the moment, so I thought I'd talk you through one of my rigs. Mixing it up a little bit today, primarily because I've got my boy on the bank with me, as you've seen. So I'm not really fussed about what we catch, as long as we catch something. So I've gone for a Guru maggot feeder. You're not allowed to spawn maggots on this lake, but you can have up to 4 pints of maggots for 24 hours with a feeder or solid bags. So I'm going to do 24 hours on this lake, and then we're either going to do a day on St. John's, or we're going to go onto the lake float fishing lake. So I've got a gallon of maggots with me, splitting it myself and Joe, who's next door, with his little girl. So I've got a heli system with the 55 gram Guru grub feeder, and then onto that I've just got a short basic hair rig, and onto that I'm putting 3 or 4 maggots, and I'm working it pretty hard. Every 20-30 minutes it's going back out, 7.5 wraps. I'm being a little bit petty. I'm putting this onto the spot that the guy's got all 3 of his rods on. Why not? It's in my water. I've asked him very kindly to pull his rods back into his boundary. I believe the bailiff's even gone over and been gently reminded him, and yeah, he's just not moving. It's not really worth the argument to have, so I'm going to put him just this side of it. He's not catching anything, I'm not catching anything. You know, worst case scenario, he benefits from my maggots being on it. Yeah, so that's it. Nice simple heli system with a grub feeder, something a little bit different, but I want the kids just to see a fish, so I'll keep you tuned.
Are you filming? Good. That was good.
Thanks, buddy.
Have you got 2 batteries in this?
I've got a couple of batteries in there.
Just went off.
That's fine.
Has it finished filming?
No, it's not finished filming.
How has it turned off then?
The image turns off. It's still flashing its little red light at the front.
Okay.
Update for you. It is 2:35. Rods have been out 2.5 hours. Working that right hand spot every 20 minutes, half an hour. I've decided to spice it up a bit, so I'm putting maggots out. You know, it's like I showed you, it is a Guru maggot feeder, so it's being filled with maggots. The maggots are coated in the monster crab flat spot, and then I was originally had like a standard maggot rig, a little bit of fake corn, and then a size, I think it was a size 12 hook on the hair rig into the fake corn. I've cut that off because that little hair rig was getting caught up on the weed as I was reeling it in, and I've just put 3 or 4 maggots onto the size 8 barbed hook. So I'm hoping, and I've like dusted them with the flat spot, but I'm now gonna play around with that left hand spot, or I might make a rig up for when the zig comes in. I'm going to use this you might see it better there. It is a Medusa kind of setup. Got about 5-6 maggots on a new peppered squid 12mm pop-up. Maybe a 5-inch semi-stiff boom section onto a little stiff hinge, size 8 barbed. The weed in here is incredible. I don't normally fish barbed, but I don't want to lose anything. This lake could smash my PB in a single bite, which I'd really like. At the moment I'd just like to catch, so if I do get a screaming take, I don't want to lose it in the weed. I've made it so all my leads eject, and yeah, we're just gonna see how it plays out for the next couple of hours. My little boy wants to go get an ice cream, so that'll be the next thing we do in a few hours time. Toilets on this lake unfortunately are the far side of the lake, so have to go around there, use the ablutions, get him an ice cream, buy or top up my water. I stupidly left my 8-litre water drum at home, so I've had to catch some water off my mate in the swim. Yeah? Oh, he's caught a fish. Let's go have a look. We're coming. Oh.
I can take the camera.
I've got the camera.
I can. Right there. Yes, right there. That's a big one. Yeah. Get the net. Get the net.
No, we don't need the net.
Oh.
Joe needs to wade to try and get an angle on this fish to get it out this weed bed.
What, is there a weed bed right there?
Uh-huh.
There's a lot of weed beds. There's also one over there. Can I show you? It's clear water over there. Yeah. We'll be able to see it. Loads of weed. Yeah. Stay here. Why? Come. Watch my dad. Your dad's getting a wet. It's nearly up to his pants.
Do you think it's done yet?
This is ridiculous. Just pop.
Slack line it for a second. Nothing's happened, is it?
Slackline it, maybe get your spod rod in, because that's weeded up as well, and go from there.
Spod rods.
Whoa, madness. So Joe is currently up to his waist in his waders, trying to get a fish out of the weed bed in front of him. He's managed to wade all the way around to the next swim to his left to change the angle, and I've just had a drop back which has led to nothing. So yeah, let's see if the wind blowing in our direction gets us some action. Farm. That's not moving.
What is it?
That is race cars. Everything is better with an ice cream. Do you agree? Doesn't really matter if you're not catching fish, if you're eating ice cream. Little bit of an update for you. I finished my ice cream. He's still working on his. So the useful guys at the shop, they've basically turned around and said no fish have come out this lake from the end we're in for quite a while, which would have been good to know when we booked it on, but it is what it is. So we're going to walk back now. We're going to put the 9.5 wrap spot out back towards the shop. I think the zig's going to have to go back out, and I'll keep working that maggot feeder for a couple more hours, and then I'll possibly put it on the deck. So yeah, stay tuned and we'll see what we can get out of it. Update for you. So we had lovely ice cream, we walked around the bank, stopped to talk to someone. Sebastian decided to throw up all over their swim. Parenting, great fun. Now back in the swim, it's a mess. Got the rods back out. Matey boy to my right has yet again cast directly over my spots. I haven't yet told him. I'm going to wait until I need to redo my method feeder in about half an hour, and yeah, just let it wipe out all 3 of his lines. Like, you know, looking at, I can't even justify how annoying this is. I've spoken to him, he knows he's in my water, but he's getting closer and closer to me now. He is literally in a dead straight line in front of, between me and the shop. His lines are now in front of me. I don't know what his problem is, but it is what it is. I'll wipe him out in a minute when I pull in all my lines. So keep you updated. Update for you. We have food cooking. We have little man watching Spider-Man. How's your tummy, buddy? Good. You hungry? No. So Daddy's gonna have to eat all these burgers by himself. You're tired, aren't you? It's been a long day of no real fish. Yeah, so talk you through the rods. Left-hand rod is back on that 9.5 wrap spot. I've got a peppered squid pop-up with a few little medusas on top. I've now put the maggot feeder in the middle rod. That is also at 9.5 wraps. Little Parker Baits pineapple pop-up on a chod rig with the maggot feeder acting as the lead, so I can introduce maggots to that swim. And my zig is 6.5 foot right hand rod, and I'm just punching it, showing fish. I've decided just to give this guy to my right a wide berth. He's becoming extremely toxic, and with Sebastian being here I don't really want the aggro. So yeah, still nothing fish related to report. You'll be the first to know. We're gonna cook these burgers, eat them with a view, and check back in with you later. Whoop whoop. Sup, you join me in the car. It has been roughly 24 hours since I last did a piece to camera, and I'm not in the car at Linear packing up heading home. In fact, I bailed on Linear at 8:30 last night with a viciously sick 5-year-old. Yeah, it wasn't good, but with the thanks to Joe, who was on the lake with me, and a lovely guy who was packing up from St. John's, we managed to get him in the car packed, and me out the gate in about 20 minutes before the bailiffs locked it up, and down to Surrey. And by the time I got to Surrey and got him home, we were basically calling an ambulance and getting him to the hospital. But you know, he is coming out the other side of it now. When we got there, they were bouncing words around like meningitis and things. Now they think he's picked up a viral infection that's wiped him out. But yeah, he's resilient. He is going to bounce back and get better, and we will go again. It's not how I wanted to sign off the first vlog of this chapter, which we decided to label The Pursuit of a 30. But you know, it is what it is. You run these risks when you take your children fishing, but thanks to being on the bank with a good friend and the good community of people that are up at Linear, we managed to deal with the situation, and I got home with him. So yeah, I will head back in, do this round of visiting, and I will see you on the bank next time. Thank you very much. Please like and subscribe to the Fishing Amputee Adventures channel, and I will see you on the bank soon. Bye.